Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is October 21st, 2020. This is a very hard day for me. It is 3 years since my dad has passed away. And before I get into this video, I do want to say that there is going to be talking about suicide and about guns and shooting and fire. A very traumatic event. So I would highly suggest, if you're not like 18 and older, to either have someone else watch this video first and make sure it is okay for you to watch it. I just don't want you to listen to something so traumatic and regret listening to it. So most of you know my dad has passed away, and today is 3 years. So he passed away October 21st, 2017 at 11:17 at night. My dad did commit suicide. It was a month before my 18th birthday. It was just a very traumatic event for me. The reason I am doing this video is to show others how suicide affects your family and everyone around you. It was October 21st, 2017. I was here at my mom's house. We were having a Halloween party with a bunch of family and friends. And my boyfriend at the time and I were in a huge argument. So he actually came over. We were talking in the car and just going back and forth when I got a call from my brother. And I was very confused because my brother was supposed to be in this house and at the party. So I answered it and he sounded very frantic and was just saying, "Taylor, you need to come to Dad's house." And I was like, "Dad's house? Like, what? Why?" And he said, "Dad is threatening to commit suicide and having standoff with the police." So I am just in shock and freaking out, and I was like, "Okay, I will be right over." So I hung up. I walked back in my house and I went straight to my mom and said, "I need to talk to you." And we came in my room and I told her everything I knew from what I heard on the phone. So of course she was very scared and freaking out as well, but she wanted to keep it together as family and friends were at the house also. So my ex drove me to my dad's house as fast as we could. And I get there and there's police everywhere. There's people standing behind the police tape and they're blocking off the whole street. And I was like, what is going on? And I walked up to where my brother was, and my stepmom unfortunately could not go up to the house. She was up at the community pool. She could not go past the community pool because the police would not let her. I walked to my brother and my stepbrother, who were kind of by the house but had to stay behind the police. And I was like, what is going on? And they said my dad caught the couches on fire. And my stepmom, he locked my stepmom out of the house because he didn't want my stepmom to get hurt. So my stepmom had to break a window and start spraying the couches down to put the fires out. And she had to do that with a hose and eventually got them out. And by the time the police got there, they grabbed her and took her up to the pool and didn't want her to keep trying to go back in the house. So that is why she had to stay at the community pool. That all happened before I got there. Now, when I got there, that explains why everyone was behind the police tape and the whole street was evacuated because he caught the couches on fire. So they were all behind the police tape. And I'm standing there, and my dad actually had a microphone, and he was always into music and playing music. So he had a speaker and a microphone, and he was talking back to the police. And he was just talking back to them. He told them he wanted a phone, and I asked them when they were going to give him a phone, and they said they have to wait because he has been shooting stuff. And I'm like, what stuff? And he has shot ceilings and the TV and a bunch of stuff. I come to find out he is drunk. He is very drunk and angry. He drank a lot, and he usually doesn't drink that much, so he was not in the right state of mind at all. So since he was shooting things, they could not just walk up and give him a phone. They had to wait for the SWAT team to get there. They unfortunately did not give him a phone, never got it to him in time. This is about 8 p.m., and we were just sitting, waiting for something to happen. Not really sure what to happen, but we were just sitting and waiting. And then the SWAT team comes and the negotiators come, and they sit down and they say, we need you guys to record a message inside this truck that we will play on a speaker for your dad to hear, because we could not get close enough to use a microphone to talk to him or anything. So we go inside the truck, I record a message, my uncle records a message, and my brothers record a message. And we're waiting for them to play it, and time goes by and they have not played it yet. So I don't know why it was never played. I never asked why it was never played. I wasn't thinking that night, so it wasn't ever played, so he didn't get to hear me. But after we were waiting, they said that there was one more shot at 11:17, and there was no response after 11:17. So they said they're gonna have the SWAT team go in with a flash bomb, and they said it's gonna be really loud flash bomb, and don't be scared or alarmed. We're just gonna flash it so he can't shoot or anything, and go in there. And by then, my stepmom called my brothers and I and asked us to go up to the pool because she wanted us with her because she wasn't sure what was going to happen, if they were going to find him dead or not. And so we went up there, and that was about midnight, and we waited, and we heard the flash bomb go off, and we waited, and we waited, and then we start seeing the ambulances leave and the police leave, and we're like, we're still at the pool, like, hello. And the police officer said you have to wait for the chief or someone, and so we waited, and they finally came up, and he just told us, I'm sorry. He had a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So he shot himself, and that we found out around 2:30 a.m. in the morning. We were waiting a few hours to find that out. And it was the worst news. It broke my heart, and I couldn't stop crying. My eyes were swollen the next few days. And it just broke everyone's heart. He was such a happy man, and I had no clue he was depressed. I had no clue. And to this day, I always have that sense of guilt in my heart that I could have saved him. And that is one thing I really want to get across in this video, is that suicide leaves the guilt with other people. It leaves your pain with other people. And I know if you're in so much pain, please go get help. Do not commit suicide, because it does put the pain to other people, and it makes them question what their role was in your life and if they even were making you happy. I always question if I could have gone over there more, if I could have texted him more, if I could have called him more, if I could have saved his life. And I've come to the point finally that I know I couldn't have, because He was not in the right mind mentally, and there was no way I could have saved him, but I still regret everything. I regret not going over there often or staying home on some days. And my heart is broken, and it's been 3 years. 3 years since he has passed away. Suicide may be ending your pain, but it is passing it on to others. You may not think that if they don't contact you that often, they still care about you and they still love you. And getting help is the right way and the best way. Suicide is not the way. Time flies by so fast. For it to be 3 years ago is crazy. It doesn't feel like 3 years. And I still have his ashes and I want to spread them. I'm just waiting for the right place and the right time. But the point of this video is to show you guys that suicide is not the way. And I can't express this enough. Please get help. Please get help. You are loved. You may not feel loved, but you are loved. And you have family members that care so much about you. I love you, Dad, so much. And I know you're up there. I know you're up there watching me and Trent and seeing how proud you are of us. And I wish you could have met Blake. And I'm sorry if I could have done more. I wish I would have done more for you. Just know people love and care about each and every one of you. And please get help if you are feeling suicidal. Please go get help. I don't really know what else to say, but thank you guys for listening and listening to my story and the pain I've gone through now after going through a parent who did commit suicide. So I love each and every one of you, and just know you are loved. Bye, guys.